Hello, folks, and welcome back. I am happy to be sharing 3 at 3 with you today from St. Moritz. And there's the CFC, which stands for Crypto Finance Conference. It's an invitation-only conference that's held once a year. It's the 6th year, I believe, of this conference. They've all been in St. Moritz, and it's lovely here, really lovely. And we're in a fantastic hotel. Some of the real movers and shakers in crypto are here, and obviously some of the invited guests are active investors or soon to be active investors in crypto. That's at CFC St. Moritz, if you care to look it up. But let's start it off with today's 3 at 3 for the 12th of January. Unusual option activity, you know the deal. We see unusual option activity, meaning calls being bought on the offer, or puts being bought on the offer. And either of those indicate to us that there's an institutional player involved. Because, again, no disrespect to the Reddit crowd, and they can move markets. But when we see a march of the ants, when we see a whole bunch of 5 lots going up and things like that, it's a lot different than if you're seeing somebody put 10,000 contracts down at a time. Now, that's not to say that these people that are buying 5 and 10 contracts, which might be just like you and just like me sometimes, aren't just as shrewd as those people putting 10,000 down. But frequently, the people that are buying 10,000 have better information, and that's why we want to follow them. So with that said, let's kick it off with FANG. This is not your FANG of last year or the year before. This is not Facebook, Apple, Netflix, and Google. This is instead Diamondback Energy. Diamondback has made a furious run from the low 60s up to, as you see on the screen, nearly $123, $124 a share. It has pulled back a little in the last 24 hours. Nonetheless, somebody puts a big bet down that it goes $12 higher, or at least makes a surge towards that 135 level, because they bought the March 135 calls, bought 9,300 of them. That is 930,000 share equivalent. Again, that kind of purchasing to buy 900,000 shares of $123 stock, you guys get the idea. That's a big trade. Somebody swinging a big stick. We want to follow those folks. Next one, Freeport. Freeport McMoran FCX. Look at that run, folks. From the mid-December timeframe, when it was right around $37, had a couple of bounces in there, bounced up towards 38, pulled back, and then made a run from the 20th of December. It ran straight through a number of strikes all the way to about $42 a share. And then we have had multiple roll-ups going on in this stock. And as you see today, another surge just in the last 3 days. Monday, it was under 42. Tuesday, it went through 43. Today, it went to 46 and then pulled back to 44.65. So we like that kind of trade. And because of that, we noted this, the purchase of 36,000, that's 3.6 million share equivalent of the February 46 calls. When they're buying that many, 3.6 million shares of a $44 stock, it's somebody serious. Now, do serious people always make money? No. Sometimes, even with the best information in the world, they don't make money. But we have made a boatload following big trades like this in Freeport as they just keep rolling, higher and higher. So I'm willing to roll right along with them and did that today. Now I'm going to wind up with Wells Fargo. Why? Because we're talking about it on the halftime report. They just got an upgrade today from Piper Sandler. You see it there on the screen. Target $64 a share. They have earnings coming out, folks. You know that because a lot of the financial stocks start reporting in the next 48 hours. So look at all those upgrades, though. Jefferies goes from a price target of 59 to 64. JP Morgan goes from 53 to 57 and so forth, from 50 to 62 over at Barclays. Get the idea. A lot of people really like it. Well, I mentioned it on the halftime, and I mentioned that I bought it when it was really cheap and then have since traded out of it and haven't had a good reading on it for quite a while. And then today we did. During the show, we saw 28,000 of the February 57.50 calls being bought. 28,000. So that's 2.8 million share equivalent. Again, you're putting up nearly 3 million shares of a $56 stock. I want to play. And that's why I am in WFC calls. I bought the 55s, I believe, and am in position to sell upside calls against them as we rally. Some of you may instead elect to perhaps sell out of the money puts as a way to capture some premium, make some money from the stock moving higher and so forth. You got to decide how much risk you want to take. If you want it defined, if you sell a put naked, you own the stock if it breaks that level. So many people, if they sell a put, will sell a put spread. Sell a put, for instance, at the 54 strike and buy the 50s against it so that they only have $4 maximum that spread could go to, the differential between those two calls, those two puts rather, 54 and 50, $4. And they took in a credit of perhaps $1.50 for that or whatever. Those are the sorts of trades that I would do. But in this case, I bought calls and I'm selling upside calls against it. If you'd like to get started in trading stock, options, futures, cryptocurrencies, I recommend highly that you join the rebellion today. You go to marketrebellion.com and then you type in /get started. That's marketrebellion.com /get started. You can join us today and you will start getting trades like the ones we talked about on the halftime report, as well as right here on the 3 at 3. You'll get them ahead of everybody else because our subscribers always get it first. And then we talk about it on TV. We talk about it on Twitter. You get the idea. We are following unusual activity. That's the name of the game. Thank you for joining me today, folks. Hope you have a great one, and I will see you tomorrow.